Hello my dazzling stars and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new unboxing to share with you all, and this is the fairy tarot cards. It just arrived in the mail and I thought why not, since I guess we already kind of have a theme of unboxing Tuesdays or something. No, I don't know how long that I'll be able to keep that up, but I'll try to put my unboxing videos up on the Tuesdays just for a sort of coherence or something, and maybe we can have a theme with that. So this is by the Hay House Publications, and I got this for again very specific reason, and I'll get to that. So I never thought that I would actually be ordering this particular tarot deck, because I have seen what this look like, and honestly, to be honest, it never really appealed to me up until now. But anyway, we'll get back to that point. But this is the Fairy Tarot cards by Redley Valentine, and it's by Hay House Publication. It retails for US dollars $24.99 and Canadian dollars $33.99. Okay, and I bought this for 1,191 Indian currency rupees. I mean, like, yeah, 1,191 rupees. So yeah, this comes in this typical Hay House boxes, like, which is very typical with Hay House, and it's a nice chunky booklet, and we'll get to that later because I usually don't have patience for that sort of patience until I can see the cards. Anyway, it has this paper strip, again very common to Hay House Publications. Yes, I'm being very delicate with the unboxing today. I'm usually not, but well. So the back of the cards look like this. It's kind of busy, and it's actually a bit busy for my liking. I like them to be a little more neutral, a little more easy and calm. But as I said, I got this deck for a very particular reason. Anyway, so we'll get through the cards first. So this is the Fool card. As you can see, this is Dreamer. So what I didn't like about these cards, like from the beginning, are these huge borders, and I don't know, I just feel like it takes away from the image. Like, the image could have been bigger and those borders could have been smaller. Like, there's just so much of white space, there is so much of this space which could be utilized better, but that's just my opinion. And yeah, that's what I feel about these cards in particular. But yes, so as you can see, all these cards have these hugest borders, but there's this message which also comes along with the cards. And this is the Dreamer or the Fool card. It says, enhance your true purpose, begin a new adventure, trust yourself. So as I was saying, like, I got this deck for a very particular purpose, and it was because I wanted to work with the fairy energy, and particularly because of where I am in my life right now. I was just called towards this. I was willing to overlook everything, like the huge borders, which I hate. I usually like my cards to be borderless or have like thin borders, and also I like a bit of more artsy decks. I don't know like how to describe it. Like, I like my decks to not be so busy, but this is busy. This is a busy deck, but as I said, I got this for a very particular purpose, which is to play with the fairy energy, to get acquainted with the fairy energy. And it just felt like a good place to start, because these are basic like the other Fae decks which you get, or the fairy decks. Now, I'm not really well versed in the difference between Fae and fairy. As I said, like, I'm a beginner in this, um, and I've never played with the fairy or the Fae energy before. I've never incorporated them in my daily life, but I definitely am willing to. I want to see how it works for me, and that is the reason why I got this deck. And this is one of the decks which I am going to use for my March daily practices. And the way I'm going to use it is, I think for now I think that I'm going to pull a card per day and just play with the fairy energy just for the fairy messages, and see how it goes. And it doesn't mean that it is necessarily meant to go that way, but especially where I am at in my life right now, I'm in this transition phase. There's a lot of changes which is happening in my life, so I don't know, I was kind of pulled towards this deck for that very reason, because it just felt like something which would really help me on my path, on the path which I'm on right now. It would help me advance, and it would just help me deal with all the changes which are happening in my life right now. Now, as you can see, like, I mean, of course, I should have addressed that before, but as you can see, the suits here, they are not named in the traditional manner. They are not the typical pentacles, cups, swords, wands suits. Like, these suits have the names of the seasons. And so I'm thinking spring, there is summer. I'm not sure which is which yet, but because I was not paying attention to the cards. Princess of Spring, optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. So I'm thinking spring is probably wands. Yeah, the summer is probably cups, because the six of summer says children are childhood, the return of people or romances from past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred, which is a very six of cups energy, right? So I'm thinking summer is cups, but I cannot be sure. I mean, yeah, I'm almost sure, because again, nine of cups is that manifestation card, and also the color, right? The color is the color of water. So yeah, it's probably cups. Winter is definitely swords, because it's winter, it can only be swords. So let me know if you have ever played with the fairy energy, if you have ever played with the Fae energy or the fairy energy in your life, or if you have used this deck before. What was your experience of working with this deck? How did you use this deck in your daily practices? Because usually the way I get acquainted with any new deck is usually through personal practice. I cannot just jump into a new deck and use that just for clients. I mean, I have done that with few decks, and that was totally random and unplanned for. So yeah, this will first go into my personal practice, and I'll see how I can get how the energy feels to me, and then that will depend or work on on that. It will depend with how I'm using this. Based on that, I'll decide how I use this for my client readings. So autumn is definitely Pentacles. So yeah, it's honestly not my first impression, because I have seen this deck before. I have seen this deck at tarot shops and all, and I was just never quite pulled to it. I was never called to use this for my daily practices or anything, but as I said, like, it just felt so fitting. Like, this deck came into my mind while I was thinking about certain things, while I was going over my life choices and thinking about where I am at in my life right now and stuff like that. So this deck came into my head, and so the cards are pretty thin. I mean, they are thicker than Llewellyn cardstock. It's like the typical Hay House cardstock. Yeah, these are glossy, so if you are using them to shoot videos and all, there'll be reflection. So yeah, I mean, that's another thing to think about, I'm quite sure. As I said, so yeah, so my working with it was, that is why I decided to work with it, to incorporate it in my life, because it just randomly showed up in my brain. I just suddenly remembered one of the cards. I mean, not any card in particular, but I had the image of a card in this, and I knew it was from this deck. So I just decided to go ahead and order this and use this for my personal practice in the month of March. Now the video for that will be up very soon, like the decks I have shortlisted for my March practices. So do subscribe if you would like to watch that video. Now with that, let's dive into the guidebook. So it's a nice chunky guidebook. It's not as huge or as vibrant as the Llewellyn guidebooks. I mean, I love the Llewellyn guidebooks, so I'm always comparing every other guidebook to the Llewellyn guidebook. But I would say that this looks pretty good. Like, there is a fair bit of description for which one might ask for. So yeah, so we have an index with all the page numbers, just how to work with fairy cards. So this is interesting, and I'm definitely going to spend some time reading this book, because as I said, I want to know about the fairy energy. I want to get used to the fairy energy because of just how randomly this deck chose to show up in my brain. Yeah, using your fairy tarot cards, clear your card deck. So prepare your decks, ask a question, shuffle the cards, choose a card, read this booklet. So there's the 3 card messages, the Celtic cross, meanings of the cards, the major arcana. So nothing new, nothing out of the ordinary, the usual stuff. So yeah, well, as you saw, I did shuffle on camera and this card came out. It's the Princess of Winter, inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. Information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. Sounds very interesting. I'm going to give this a read. We'll just jump to the index because it's there. So the Princess is page 144. And well, I just love that it has, like, the page number is 144. Base 44 is an angel number. It's an angel number, and yeah, just something, and it adds up to 8, which depicts prosperity. So these are just some random things which I just love. The synchronicities which I really keep an eye out for. Anyway, the Prince of Winter. It says here, the Prince of Winter is a student of the intellect. She is endlessly curious about everything. She can differentiate the truth from a lie in seconds and knows the facts and figures that will astound you. If there's an exciting new idea being tossed around, you can bet your last dollar that this princess wasn't on the concept from the beginning. She is logical and realistic, but that can also make her a bit difficult to get close to. She keeps her emotions fairly well guarded. She can also have a harsh tongue, speaking without thinking. Truly, she didn't mean to hurt your feelings. She is just being bluntly honest. So try to focus on the message, not the messenger. But if she continually displays hurtful behavior, you don't have to hang out with her. The little fairy from the Ace of Winter is now an adult, as is her companion. She has fully grown into her inner strength and is now a powerful young woman. But be careful, her words can be just as fierce as her companions grow. Additional meanings of this card: an unpredictable situation or person, the need to communicate clearly, and indigo child or adult assertiveness, objective feedback. So yeah, as you can see, the princesses are the pages, like the suits have been renamed. Okay, I was not paying attention to the cards because I was blabbering on about my story, about my own personal choice and stuff. So as you can see, the names have been changed. The name of few of the cards from Major Arcana has been changed, but that doesn't bother me because I have worked with decks where the names have been completely changed, and so that's okay. That's okay with me. The minor arcana, the suits have become spring, summer, winter, and autumn. As you can see, the spring is the wand, summer is cups, winter is swords, and autumn is pentacles. And the court cards are the princess, the prince, the queen, and the king. So the queen and the king are the same, but the page has become the princess and the knight has become the prince. So yeah, it's fairly simple. Is it a deck for new learners? I mean, I wouldn't say that they cannot learn from it. It might be a little difficult because I usually advise people just to start with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because the images are just classic. They're there everywhere. So yeah, it might be a little difficult for a newcomer to get adjusted to this, but it's not like someone who is completely new to the tarot cannot learn this. I'm sure they can. So yeah, that was it for this video. If you did like this video to give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you the next time. And also to let me know if you have worked with this deck or if you have worked with Fae energy. How did that work out for you? Or if you have any advice on how to work with this deck or how to work with the Fae energy, again, I would be really appreciative of any advice or any suggestions which you might have. So leave them in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you the next time. Bye.